Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another zombies video. And again, this is one that I've known about for a couple months now. I've actually tweeted about it a few times on Twitter, even sent it to Jimmy Zielinski, who's the one who actually created the Misty Poster. It's on his website. And I know and I'm very aware that he's not allowed to comment on any of this because of copyright reasons and stuff like that. As you'll see the meaning behind the poster, where it originated from, which they've always done this type of stuff in Call of Duty. It's just that people never really picked up on it, never really researched it, dug into it. But I'll show you what it means. And unfortunately, because of what happened with Blundell, him sort of kind of just taking over zombies and kind of taking zombies on for himself as the director. I want to kind of say like hijacking zombies because he basically did. People really liked Mob of the Dead and Origins, and it kind of gave Treyarch and Activision kind of a reason for to let him kind of hijack zombies, which kind of ended up obviously backfiring. Some people might believe. So there was a lot of these Easter eggs that are still out there, and they never really amounted to much because of Jimmy not being with Treyarch, and he wasn't able to finish what he wanted to complete. But as you can see real quick, it's a picture of Misty holding a shotgun, a zombie skull, Black Ops 2 logo behind her, and stuff like that. Again, like I said, this is stuff that they've always done. They've always borrowed or took inspiration from pop culture, especially movies. Other things Blundell had used, but when Jimmy was there and when zombies first started, the main focus was from movies. Um, and there's a lot you can kind of find in the old games and maps and stuff like that. So really quickly, this has nothing to do with the poster. It's not part of the solve. I just want to show you as an example that they've always took inspiration from movie posters and movie itself. In Glorious Bastards, the final end cut scene is the movie theater gets caught on fire, burnt out, and kills a lot of people. And that's kind of, I guess, where they took the inspiration for Kino del Toro in the burnt out movie theater. It kind of continues from where the movie left off. Or I call it like it's kind of like in the movie, which I think is really cool, like almost a fifth dimension type of game where you're actually in a movie now. You can actually play the kind of the characters somewhat as the ones in the movie, Brad Pitt and stuff like that. So this is just a quick example. So what it looks like it takes inspiration from, as you can see, first off is the background of Alien versus Predator versus the Terminator. If you listen to the quotes in Transit, there's a lot of mention of aliens, UFOs, and a lot. I'm going to say probably like 90% of Transit, or 80, 90% of Transit got cut. So apparently we're probably supposed to get a lot of aliens. I know, like I said, in a sense, Blundell hijacked zombies, ended up putting in apothecons, making it a little bit more fairy tale like, I guess, in a way. I can't really say Lovecraft is fairy tale, but it was just different. I'll say that. Whereas Alien, Predator, Terminator is more dark stuff. Um, People weren't into the whole dragons and stuff like that that Blundell brought. So as you can see right away, the background, it's like red smeared on top of orange, and that looks very similar to the background of the Misty poster. And the thing obviously that sold it for me, before I show you, I'm one of those people where you don't have to comment that you don't believe it, because I've found so much and I do all my Easter egg huntings. I don't really need to listen to other people at this point. So if people believe it or don't believe it, it's your own opinion. You're welcome and free to have your own opinion. I'm not going to judge you on it. But this is obviously his solve, and he takes a lot of stuff from inspiration from movies and pop culture, and they always done that in the past, the devs. And as you can see, this was, if you can see at the top, it's volume 1. And the next one is volume 3, and I did that on purpose. I do have the other ones that don't really seem like they tied too much into it, But obviously you can see that with the background of this being barred from this issue or volume, and then the third issue or volume is basically Ripley from the Alien movies holding a Terminator skull and a shotgun, but a more futuristic shotgun, whereas Misty's shotgun was more historic, I guess, of a shotgun. So you can kind of see how he blended the two, and a little bit more zoomed out. Maybe if they do this, and this is the whole reason I'm making this for Black Ops 5 or Cold War, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they'll bring it back, they'll explain or dive more into it, a different timeline. Maybe we will fight more aliens or robots and stuff like that. And I don't have it in here, but the Dark Horse Black Ops comics were made from, this is also made from Black Horse Comics, you can see in the top left. But in the Victis comics, I think it is very robotic and futuristic robots and stuff like that. So you can see how they kind of switched it up a little bit. And what I was gonna say is it's a little bit too zoomed out. Maybe he should have made the two a little bit smaller, zoomed it more on Misty. Maybe even at the bottom was a little bit too wide. I would say it could have been improved on, but hopefully we'll see it in Cold War, Victis, Transit, maps, buried, die rise, all that stuff. Maybe they'll tweak the poster. I don't think they're maybe gonna be allowed to, because it's my understanding that Jimmy and Treyarch left on really bad terms. But Blundell's gone, so maybe you know, Jimmy will let them use it or take inspiration from it. It is a really cool, probably everyone's favorite poster. So anyways, back to the comics. You can see volume 2. I can't really make much of it, but like I said, they did cut a lot from Transit, so who's to say that they weren't gonna put some of the stuff from the other volumes? Like this is volume 2. The other ones I showed you, like I said, were volumes 1 and 3. This is volume 2. And then volume 4, maybe it was going to be more about the robots and stuff like that. Maybe the robots being the Origins robots were going to be more like the Terminators, I guess. Maybe it was going to be like the Terminator scene in Terminator 2, Judgment Day, where the robots have taken over the world. That's kind of my theory on it. Like it was going to be that apocalyptic robots have taken over the world type thing, which I think they end up using that, I guess, for the Chinese, China Online Call of Duty. The robots, I guess, ended up going into that one. They split it up from, you know, probably America taking the aliens, being the Apothicons, and the robots ended up going into the Chinese online version. Activision probably said, hey, we're just going to split it up. And if I was to venture and take a guess, I was going to say maybe we would take more from the Origins robots. But that was always written into the story, I believe, a long time ago. So maybe it was always going to be giant robots in Origins. But who's to say they wouldn't have thrown in more of the Terminator-style robots, more of a Judgment Day, rather than World War One? Because I know a lot of you guys might know it was Blundell's campaign team, multiplayer team, that did Mob of the Dead and Origins. But who's to say that we weren't going to get these style robots in Origins and a whole different... I probably should have a clip of the Terminator, but if you go to Terminator Judgment 2 opening scene, it is a big battlefield with robots and humans against robots and stuff like that. So that's probably my guess. I did clip a couple things, and I guess for this part, like, I don't like dragging it on. I know a lot of people drag on their videos to try to cash in on it, make it over 10 minutes and stuff like that. But I guess at this point, I didn't see much in the story that I read. Like I said, maybe he just took inspiration for the poster and giving hints of what the next couple DLCs were gonna be. But I just figured for this part, you can just pause it and read it on your own. Or I always tell people you should do your research on your own. I'm just here to kind of give you some answers, and you can kind of, if you want to expand on it, learn more about it, go read like the Wikipedia for the comics and stuff like that. Monster versus Machine, and then Ripley and Company. I don't know if Rippling Company was gonna be like Monty and Monty's factory. I don't know. Like a lot got changed. Maybe she was gonna be the one that was helping us along the way, stuff like that. But those are just theories at this point. Like I said, because of what happened with Jimmy and Treyarch and Jason Blundell, we kind of don't know. We were kind of left on a cliffhanger what was gonna be Jimmy's route that he was gonna go down. Um, like I said, at this point we can just speculate. Future Hell the next day hidden among a small asteroid around Los Alamos 235. The Carthage and her crew watch the space surrounding the black asteroid. So this could have been also Apothicon stuff with asteroids and 115 meteorite and meteors and stuff like that. A powerful energy surge from the asteroid's entry point and stuff like that. So this could be something also that they were going to use. Like I said, at this point, um, and I know it talks about super soldiers and stuff like that. Who's to say what they were gonna do eventually? You can only speculate. But like I said, this is mainly just to show again, real quick, and I do this real cheap and quick. Is to show how the poster looks like it took inspiration from Predator versus Alien versus Predator versus the Terminator, the comics and the layout, which is cool. And like I said, hopefully again we'll get some of this in Cold War, Victis maps, maybe they'll just do something for Cold War, and then we'll have to wait for Zombie Chronicles 2 after Cold War ends. Who's to say? Maybe they don't want to steal the spotlight from Warzone and stuff like that, since that's doing really well. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. Do your own research. Go follow up, see what you can make of this on your own. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks.